There is an overwhelming increase of bullying after students enter middle school. Cyberbullying is defined as the willful and repeated harm inflicted through the use of computers, cell phones, and other electronic devices. Once a student enters high school, this amount of cyberbullying decreases. Although victimization decreases in general, cyber victimization increases over time. This is believed to be because students can more easily access the internet through their mobile devices. Cyberbullying occurs more often in middle school because students use it as a way to gain social status with peers after school transitions. The American youth spend on average 2 to 4 hours per day online. Younger adolescents, ages 12 to 13, are more likely to report that individuals are unkind to each other on social networking sites than their older peers, ages 14 to 17. Now, bullying far surpasses the walls of the school and the potential audience is limitless. Cyberbullying differs greatly from other types because of its ability to be anonymous as well as the publicity aspect of it. This leads to students who are victims feeling even more hopeless and powerless because they often do not even know who the bully is. Although girls are affected by cyberbullying by name-calling or spreading of rumors, boys have been found to receive more threats online. Cyberbullying allows students to be sexually harassed due to the ability to distribute unsolicited text or photos of sexual nature or requesting sexual acts either online or offline. Students who were cyberbullied reported feelings of sadness, anxiety, fear, and an inability to concentrate, which affected their grades. These students are more likely to skip school, have detentions or suspensions, or even bring a weapon to school. Students who are victims of sexual cyberbullying are more likely to experience substance abuse, offline victimization, delinquency, and aggression. Those who are cyberbullies are found to break the rules more often and have issues with aggression. Researchers are calling for teachers and staff to rewrite their bullying curriculum to better adapt the prevalence of cyberbullying in middle schools today. Teachers and staff need to do their best to prevent cyberbullying from occurring, but also to help students with their interventions, whether they are the bully or the victim. It is important for teachers to be aware of their students and have good communication with parents and their child's online activity, although data is unclear due to the recency of cyberbullying and how to define it. There is no doubt that all teachers will encounter cyberbullying in their classroom, and it is important to know how to deal with it. One way that schools can help with cyberbullying is by implementing school-wide PBIS, which is a positive behavioral interventions and support system. PBIS is a vital part to have a successful running school, especially a middle school or junior high, where students are at their most vulnerable state. PBIS is a well-thought-out set of school-wide implemented rules that are used to help improve student behavior and overall climate of a school. All schools need consistency and a school-wide expectation for student behavior, as well as a common language between students, teachers, staff, and parents. By implementing PBIS, students and teachers are held accountable. The students, staff, and parents should participate in PBIS programs throughout the year, as well as extensive training on how to implement and use PBIS. In order to have a successful PBIS program, it is important to have improvement goals, administrative support, teamwork, program reinforcement, and formative evaluation. Most schools see at least a 50% reduction in office referrals. Schools also see improved attendance, school engagement, improved academic achievement, reduced dropout rates, reduced delinquency in later years, improved school atmosphere, reduction of referrals to special education, and those are just a few. I also found the alarming statistic that most teachers, 50%, leave the profession because of student behavior. There's also been research done that proves schools need to have a school-wide way of consequences. This, of course, depends on the severity of the infraction, but it is a way to hold students accountable. An example of this would be to begin with a verbal warning, contacting parents, then having a conference with their parents, and then an office referral. This especially holds teachers accountable because they have to deal with minor incidences and be the ones who discipline, not the principal. PBIS has proved itself time and time again because it is solely data-based. Schools use negative and positive interactions with students as a way to understand when and where PBIS is needed. It is also important to understand that not all students are successful with just basic PBIS. This leads to Tier 2 PBIS, which includes interventions like mentoring and teaching social skills to those students who need it. Some examples of interventions would be the Check and Connect method, which is where students are given a mentor to help motivate them and participate in school activities. Another example would be the behavior education program, which is when students use daily progress reports and are required to check in with the same adult at certain times of the day, usually morning and afternoon. This helps teachers keep track of how the student is doing daily and what they still need. In all of the research I found, it is obvious that PBIS is necessary for a school to run well, but there is more to that. Teachers, staff, and students need to believe in PBIS, especially the teachers. Without the teachers, PBIS could not survive. Although it is possible, it is best if the administrators are on board as well, especially the superintendent and the school board. The students also need to believe in the system. Students need to be motivated to be a part of it. This could be helped by the use of rewards or praise. A simple homework pass, special treat, or ability to attend a school function for free can motivate middle school students. PBIS is contagious. If you can give a few students to hold on to it, then it will spread. It is important to remember, though certain students need extra help with it. PBIS, when done correctly, can help many issues in school today, including cyberbullying, classroom management, overall attitude, and so much more.